abundance and weeds. Volunteers. Dead plants. We have smaller than they're supposed to be sunflowers. A massive pot of thyme. It's always good to have a lot of thyme. A huge alocasia. Isn't she a beauty? Low output beans. Healthy cabbage. New cherry tree that's struggling. The runoff might have been the final nail in the coffin. I don't know yet. We have a lawn that needs mowing. Some weeds. Oh, bindweed. That goes in the no-no bucket. Dying roses. And rosebuds. Dulpe hosta. Bright begonia. A mysteriously dead coleus. And a really happy coleus. A row of happy coleus, actually. Recovering azalea. Very fragrant rose. This is Arizona. Traffic. Cicadas. Birds. I believe this is rust. And beautiful red hollyhocks. I believe this is Mars, but I'm not sure. And bees for an evening feed. And an apple tree that's supposed to be dead and clearly isn't. Damaged apples. Pristine apples. Got some spot on the leaves. I'm not sure what that is. Something new. Gladiolus facing the sun. Let's see if I can get a better shot of it. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Bright blues and pinks. Whites. Harvested potatoes. Uh-oh. And a Colorado potato beetle. Recovering pepper patch. With new peppers and old. This is a stupid candy cane. Candy cane pepper. Experimental patch. Already embagged. Do a little pinchy to pollinate. You see the flowers. Peach tree, number 2. Oh, suburbia. I want a place in the country. Not because I don't like the city. I love the city and all the diversity in it. But the traffic noise, it's like the only thing. It'd be nice to escape it. No, I don't want chickens. Baby melon perched on my Tropicana rose. Look at these grapes. Wow. Just loaded. Golden gold melon. Another melon. It's got a little sugar spot on it. It's gonna be a sweet one. Dying squash. Squash vine borer and the runoff from the flood. Tomatillos. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Queen of Melanocal, I think, something like that. It's very sweet and weird. Huh. Not loving it. No, there's another one. Ground cherry. Oh, love these things. Tastes like pineapple. Peekaboo. Squash vine borer damage, almost completely disintegrated. So this is gonna go limp. Die very soon. God, editing this is gonna be a bitch. Getting all this traffic noise out of it. It's garlic. These are little garlic flowers. And these in here are garlic seeds, which you can harvest and plant, and you'll get a clove in about 3-ish years. Some onions. You know, interesting thing on the onions. This is my 3rd year for onions. And this is the first time I've actually gotten decent onions, but they're all tiny because the flood stopped their growth and started the blooming and rotting process, unfortunately, of the center stalk. But this is still the best onion year I have ever had. And sometimes it's not about being the best, it's just doing a little better each year, each season, each week, each day. So I am really proud of my little flood damaged onions. I'll tell you what. My irises, a gift from a friend. That's flat Dutch. Oh, that's enormous. Oh my goodness. It's not ready yet. Needs to be a little firmer. Might get a little bigger too. Doesn't have to be big though to be tasty. All right. Here's my tomatoes. Flood damaged. So they're about 3 weeks late than they should be as far as their bloom and fruit setting cycle. But you know what? That's okay. I plant early enough on purpose so that I have time for mistakes. And this year is definitely a challenging garden year. See that big one? Beautiful. This is the squash patch. We had a severe storm come through last night with winds that knocked over. I already put most of the stakes back up that got knocked over, but there's a couple that are still kind of cattywampus. So I did that this morning. But we finally got rain after not having more than a quarter inch for the whole month of July. Mother Nature gave us the flood and then turned the spigot off, and things have been really dry. We had a storm last night. A little bit of hail. Nothing too severe. Pea size. Squash vine borers doing their thing. And this is why I planted this the way I did, so you could actually see the difference. These two rows are Maxima, which is the most vulnerable to squash vine borers. Peppo. And Machada, the most resistant. So you can actually see most resistant to least resistant. It's right there. Already pulled out a big one and killed some squash vine borers that were in it, so they wouldn't burrow back in the soil and come back next year. Pumpkin at the end there. See the pumpkin? The pumpkin. I have to say, with all the trials this year, I am in awe of how beautiful my garden is. She is beautiful. Even under attack by just a whole list of trials and tribulations. She's giving me food. And one of her storms, Mother Nature's storms, created this arch, this tree arch that wasn't there before. Isn't that beautiful? I get to walk under it every single day. Oh, darn bunny. Fish pepper. Cream decascius. I'm losing the light, but whatever. I like evenings. Gallery Art Deco. I lost 5 or 6 dahlias in the flood. Tubers turned to mush, plants dead, because there's no way to transport any nutrients when the stems turn to mush. Potatoes will be ready to harvest soon. Even, I see, it's weird. I think it was the runoff and the chemicals in the runoff, because it delays flowering, and that's what I'm seeing all over the garden. So I haven't seen these flowers, but I checked and there are baby potatoes in there, even though I don't see flowers. And it's past time for them to have flowers. So I don't know if the potatoes are just going to be smaller. And there's also Colorado potato beetle and the bunnies have stripped the leaves, the lower leaves. There's potatoes in there. Absolutely beautiful.